Are we ready? Let's rock and roll. Today on Cindy's Kitchen, we are making two different kinds of garlic bread, garlic cheese bread. You don't have to put cheese on if you don't want to, but why would you not want to? And then we're going to make garlic lemon gnocchi with tiger prawns. Yum. So let's get started. We are going to start with the bread because I want to put that in the morning. Jackie, I'm glad you get to watch too. Jackie works in my husband's office when he sees clinic patients. And so Saturday she doesn't have to work. So good to see you, Jackie. So we're going to start with the garlic bread. Now I have two different kinds. I'm going to start with just this loaf, right? This is just a loaf of bread, right, that you would find in your bakery department of your grocery store. I went ahead and cut it in two. See? Cut it in two. There, whoosh, there. If you're new to cooking, you don't cook a lot, the bread knife, you see how it's serrated? If you're new to cooking, this is really helpful when you're trying to slice bread. If you just try to slice bread with a regular knife, even like one like this, that you really need the serration so you don't mess your bread all up. So there we go. Not particularly even, but there you go. You know how I am. Now we need to make our garlic butter. Are you ready? So excited. Oh, well, Terry. Hi, Hadley. How are you doing? Good to see you. All right, so we're gonna start with our butter. Now, normally, I'm gonna make one regular butter. But I'm gonna make one with the best butter in the whole world. Are there differences in butter? Of course there are. Those of you who are using margarine, it may be cheaper, but use real butter. Real butter tastes totally different, real butter. Now, so if you are using margarine, you're gonna take a step up to real butter. But you wanna take a bigger step up and really make your taste buds go bazongers. Here it is, Kerrygold pure Irish butter. Not only does it smell better, it is like heaven. This is what manna was like when God sent it down. Kerrygold pure Irish butter, so good. Now I think they sell it in sticks too, but this is just a tub. And we're gonna need, so if I was using a stick, I would use an entire stick of butter, which as you know is 1/2 cup. Don't melt the butter. I mean, you can. It's easier to do this if you let it come to room temperature, okay? So I'm gonna take my handy dandy, I've got about a cup of butter in here, handy dandy spatula, and I'm just gonna scoop, oh, so lovely, so loverly. Scoop my butter in a bowl, okay? Now, here's the next thing. I know that the shortcut, and you certainly could do this, the shortcut is to use granulated garlic, garlic powder, or garlic salt, and mix it in with your butter. And that's fine. Nina, good morning. Sorry, late. Grandbabies, Addie and Graham are here. Good morning, Addie. Hi, Graham. Kerrygold rocks. It does, right? Okay. So, 1/2 cup of butter, or 1 stick. But we're using, for this bread, the yummy Kerrygold pure Irish butter. Oh, my goodness. Now, the thing that you will notice is, like I said, the shortcut, the quick and easy, is you take your butter, you put in some garlic powder, granulated garlic, or garlic salt. And that's okay. But let us not. Raise it to a new level, and let's use actual garlic. Now, if you're gonna use actual garlic, you make sure you wanna press it and mince it really well. That being said, you know, if you've watched us at all, that, good morning, Melissa. You know that using fresh garlic still is gonna give you that little bite. Like even if you mince it fine or mash it fine, that garlic is gonna give you a little bite. Take it to the next level and go ahead and watch our episode on roasted garlic if you haven't already. We're gonna use roasted garlic for this. Now, I'm gonna take out, remember I keep mine, I just roast up like 4 big heads of garlic at a time, squeeze it into a little container with a lid and cover it with olive oil. This is good for weeks. Weeks, I tell you. So I'm gonna take out a bunch because I'm gonna go ahead and smash all the garlic that I need for today. Wow, Cindy, that's a lot of garlic. Yes, it is. Okay, so now remember our trick on smashing garlic. This is our roasted garlic. I'm gonna take my knife, and this is if you have regular. Can't wait for your garlic pot, I know. From Illinois, hi Linda, thanks. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. We're gonna take the flat of our knife, and we're gonna push down. Now, if you have fresh garlic, you're gonna have to give it a smash. Like you're gonna have to use the palm of your hand and hit it, right? Because it's kind of hard, right? But our roasted garlic, you really have to only use a spreading move. Like you're spreading butter, right? So that's all you have to do with your big old knife. Just kind of spread it out on your cutting board. Ooh, look at that, lovely. Okay, so I spread it all out, but still you've got it in longer pieces. So then I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna give it a rough chop one direction, not the band, the direction, and then a rough chop the other direction. Okay? Now I have all of this yummy, delicious butter. I'm just gonna scoop this into a bowl. Oh, my sister said, because she had never roasted garlic, so she roasted the garlic and she said, oh my gosh, that garlic is so good. She said, I don't know if I'm brave enough to taste it plain like you eat it, but it's good because I can just eat it just like this. It's so sweet. All right, so now this is enough garlic to do everything. Just for this particular one of garlic bread, I would say 3 cloves of roasted garlic, okay? So I'm gonna pop in what I think is about 3 cloves of roasted garlic. It's probably more than that. And then because our Kerrygold butter is at room temperature, we're just gonna give that a stir, okay? We're gonna incorporate this in. A lot of people will say to add salt, but unless you're using unsalted butter, remember that butter already has some salt in it, so I don't think you really need that. And we're gonna add something else that's gonna make it zip. Okay, so that's it. Yum! Oh, my friend Joanne's on. Hello, Joanne. Remember what I say if somebody sends me a gift? I'm like over the moon. I am so loved today. So first of all, Joanne sent me this little crocheted doodah so I can keep it. And so when I'm stirring on my Polish pottery, I was doing this, making too much noise for you guys. So now I have something to set my Polish pottery on so it won't make noise and disturb you. And then I got a beautiful card. I got some cute little clips, some little napkins, and yeast. I was out of yeast and I really wanted to make bread, and Joanne had an extra. All my yeast had expired. But the biggest thing she sent me, the over-the-top moon thing she sent me that I cannot wait to use. Oh, Dorito, we're making 2 different times of garlic cheese bread and some Gnocchi Tiger Prawns. The biggest thing she sent me was this. I had never tried ground Saigon cinnamon. Okay, let me just say, I wish we had smell-o-vision. I took my cinnamon and took a sniff. And it was like, it's cinnamon. Then I opened this one and took a sniff. Oh my gosh. You could do a whole room in this, like leave little bowls of it all over your room and you would be in heaven. It is so good. Thank you, Joanne. I cannot wait to create dishes using Saigon cinnamon. I'd never heard of it before. Okay, we have our Kerrygold butter, room temperature. We have our roasted garlic that we've smashed and minced up, and we've mixed it all together. Remember our bread? Our bread, we had just cut it in half. That's all we're gonna do. Now, we're gonna take our butter mixture and just, so you don't run out, kind of like put it in there and then draw a line down the center so you know, okay, don't use too much butter on one side. Some of you may say to me, Cindy, that's a lot of butter. Okay, if this is too much butter for you, I always want you to adjust the recipes so that you and your family will actually eat it. So if this is too much butter for you, cut it down, that's fine. Make it a thinner slather, that's not a problem. I want you to be happy. I wanna introduce some things that might, you might never have cooked before. Maybe you've never heard of, or just to change it up. You know, since a lot of us are spending so much more time at home, you know, you're making the same things over and over and over again. Not here at Cindy's Kitchen, obviously, but it's so funny. Okay, there we go. Now, that all by itself would be the most lovely garlic bread, right? You would put this under the broiler, let it crisp up, or let it brown up, and then go to town. Go to town. But no. Good morning, Melinda. No, hey, Nell, good morning. Oh, thank you. We're going to add one more thing. Now, I'm gonna cook this. I'm not gonna wrap it up in foil. I know a lot of people do, but because of what I'm doing, I'm just gonna get a baking sheet with some parchment paper and set that on there, okay? So there we go. Is that all, Cindy? Nope. In front of me, I have lovely slices of smoked Gouda. Smoked Gouda. I am all about the smell and the taste, obviously, and this is a phenomenal cheese. Now, I just got this in the deli of the grocery store, and I had them slice it thin. I don't like a big old wad of cheese. I like to taste the cheese, but I like it in good proportion to everything else. So, here we go, big old slices of smoked Gouda. Whoops, I dropped one. And now, you see how they overlap when they put them in the package? I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna put them just like that on my bread, okay? We gotta make sure everybody gets cheese. So I put 6 on one side, and I have 6, because they came in little 3s out of my little package, on the other, okay? So look, ta-da! All right, I'm gonna put this in a 375-degree oven for 10 minutes. Really, we want things to meld in. We want our butter, our Kerrygold roasted garlic butter to smooth into all the little crips and craps of the bread. And then we want our cheese to melt down and sort of brown up. It's going to be lovely. Now, if you like a crisper bread, I don't. I don't like my gums to hurt after I've bit into this crunchy garlic stuff, unless I'm making like a crostini, right? That's different. So I'm not gonna make it so that this gets rock hard. And I didn't buy the baguette, that thin baguette, for that exact same reason. That's just a little hard for me, but whatever your family does. So Phil's previous roommate, is he missing your no, Nancy, I'm sorry you didn't know. My husband got exposed to COVID from one of our nurse practitioners that tested positive. Unfortunately, our nurse practitioner is now in the ICU and not doing well. And then, in fact, another of the doctors tested positive, so he had to move out again. So he's not here. I know we took that bread to a whole new level. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside because this will go in the oven. Is that the only bread, Cindy? No, it is not the only bread. Let us do one more. Okay, do I need this anymore? I think not. I'm gonna move this, Flying knives are bad. We're gonna need another baking sheet. You don't have to do both these breads, although I am kind of a bread hound. Piece of foil. Now, here's the bread we're using for this one. Are you ready? Look at the package. Here comes the package. You know what it is? You know what it is just from the color, don't you? You know. Hawaiian sweet rolls. That's right. So we're gonna take a package. Now this package has 12 in it. They have really big ones now, like 18 and 24, but this one has 12 in it. I've taken my bread knife and again, sliced halfway through. I didn't separate them. I just took the bread knife and went sliced half all the way through. See how that is? Okay, so I'm gonna take this whole thing. Look at that. Actually, I'm gonna set this right in the center. I'm gonna take off the lid, which is the tops, right, that are still all together. And this time, we're not gonna use the Kerrygold because maybe you don't have Kerrygold butter. And I don't want you to feel bad. Although, go to the grocery store and buy you some Kerrygold, right? I'm not making any money from Kerrygold. Say good morning to my cow. Moo. Okay, taking the lid off the cow. This is room temperature butter. So again, we're gonna put that cup or half a cup of butter, 1 stick. And then again, our roasted garlic that we smashed up, we're gonna put that in there. And then we're just gonna take our spatula and give that a spin. This butter that wow. The butter that I'm using is salted butter. I'm not using unsalted butter. So that means there's already salt in it. There's a little bit of saltiness from our cheese that we're using, so it doesn't really bother me. Usually use unsalted butter when you're baking and salted butter when you're cooking. All right, so just like our other one, from my bottom layer of Hawaiian rolls, I'm just gonna slather this. Oh, this is like, the Hawaiian rolls the sweet Hawaiian rolls are a little touch of heaven all by themselves. That being said, slathered with butter and roasted garlic, next layer, I'm telling you. Okay, so I got my garlic butter on there. Now, just like the other ones, I could switch cheeses, but I'm not. You found another seasoning I need to try. Okay. I'm still going to use the smoked Gouda on this one too. All right, so I'm gonna, oh, so good. I'm just gonna overlap these. So I'm gonna do, let me push them a little closer together. I'm gonna do 8 pieces, 8 slices. There we go, there we go. All right, can you see? Can you see? Look at that. Now, I'm gonna put the lid on. Do you wanna put butter on this side? We certainly could use whatever's left in here, although there's not much left. You don't really need the butter on the top because you're not gonna serve this as a top and a bottom. You're gonna serve this almost like a roll. Well, it's gonna be a roll, right? It's going to be the most delicious roll that you've ever had in your entire life. All right, we're flipping. Ta-da! Okay, except I have it backwards. You know how I have it backwards? Because I didn't cut it even. There we go. Oh, a big glob of butter came out. That does not hurt my feelings. Okay, so there we go. Now on these, I am gonna wrap them in foil. And part of that is every time I've made like a sandwich, because I make sandwiches like this too, because you can do this same thing, but instead you can put sandwich meat, you know, you can put ham, turkey, chicken, tomatoes, you can do whatever you want to. Make a little sandwich and then put these in, wrap them in foil, because I don't want these crispy. I want this like a sandwich, right? An ooey gooey garlic butter smoked Gouda sandwich. Okay, so there you go. So these would be phenomenal rolls. So we have Kerrygold butter with roasted garlic and smoked Gouda. It's gonna be open face, so more like a traditional garlic bread. And then we have our Hawaiian rolls all wrapped up. Again, $3.75. The Hawaiian rolls, you probably want to leave them in there 15, 20 minutes. Just because we want that heated all the way through, okay? So those are our 2 breads. We'll go ahead and put these in the oven. And now we're gonna talk about our main dish. Rep, packed my bag, in your van, headed there. Okay. Everybody loves Hawaiian rolls. Good morning, Susan. Good to see you. I have to make your pound cake. I swear it sounds really good. Susan's got a pound cake that she makes for her family. And I think it had 2 sticks of butter and 6 eggs. 6 eggs. I cannot wait to make that one. Okay, so one of the things we're gonna work with today is called gnocchi. Now, some of you may not have heard of gnocchi. This is a package. Now, this package is on the pasta aisle. It's a dried product, so you can see. I've taken some out so you get a look. So you see what, and then it has little ridges. I don't know if you can see the ridges or not. Ruffles have ridges, but so do gnocchis. The ridges are awesome because the ridges hold whatever sauce you use, okay? So they almost look like, I don't know, little peas. Anyway, so this is a package. It's 16 ounces. I know that you can find them frozen. I know that you can find them in the refrigerated section, but we got these. These are just dried and they're in the on the pasta aisle, okay? Let's talk about gnocchi. First of all, let's ask, how many of you have actually used or eaten gnocchi? Gnocchi is spelled Gnocchi. It looks like you should pronounce it Gnocchi. Gnocchi. It's not gnocchi, it's gnocchi. Okay, so there we go. Let's talk about gnocchi. I just purchased a gnocchi maker yesterday. Oh my goodness, what a small world. Where is my information? History time. Are we ready for our history? Gnocchi is a variety of pasta consisting of various thick and small soft dough dumplings. So this is what this is. Remember we did Southern rollout dumplings, and then we talked about their drop dumplings. Katie loves like a Japanese or a Chinese dumplings. There's the Polish dumplings are actually called pierogies. Everybody has their own kind of dumpling. That's what this is, okay? So it's a kind of a dumpling. And it can consist of seminola, ordinary wheat, flour, eggs, can have cheese and potatoes, sometimes cornmeal, and then sometimes they're flavored with herbs or sometimes even cocoa or prunes. Now, I've never seen that, so I'm not certain. Oh, good. Never heard of it. Oh, and there's my friend Luis. Luis, we're praying for you. Love you, sweetie. Hope you're doing okay. We love gnocchi and make it from scratch. I have to come to Terry's house. So gnocchi are often eaten as a replacement for pasta in a first course in Italy, right? The little dumplings are, they're rolled out and then they're cut in small pieces, and then they're usually either pressed with a fork or a cheese grater, or, you know, they have things now that you can roll them on to make the ridges, right? They can just be cut in little lumps, right? So that's okay. Like many Italian dishes, gnocchi have considerable variation in recipes and names across different regions. They're commonly cooked on their own in salted boiling water and then dressed with a variety of sauces, okay? Some gnocchi can be made from pieces of cooked polenta or seminola. Anyway, but like I said, traditionally used as a first course. I've never had it as a first course. I've always had it as my main course. Let's see. What do I want to say then? Oh, the word gnocchi can be derived from the Italian word gnocchio, meaning knot in wood, or gnocca, meaning knuckle. It has been a traditional type of pasta, probably Middle East origin, since Roman times. It was introduced by the Roman legions during the expansion of the empire into the countries of the European continent. In Roman times, gnocchi were made from a seminola porridge-like dough that was mixed with eggs. The use of potato, which is how most of us see or eat our gnocchi, roll them off a fork. There you go, Joanne, but you got a wooden one, yeah. So the use of the potato, which is how most of us, this is a potato gnocchi, right? And so that's what most of us have eaten is potato gnocchi. Potato gnocchi is pretty recent, introduced when they introduced the potato to Europe in the 16th century. So these are very popular. It's starchy, so like any kind of potato dish, you want to keep your sauces a little light, not too terribly heavy. I love this. So, you know, I always like funny trivia, so here it is. Due to the significant number of Italian immigrants who arrived in Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay, gnocchi is a popular dish, right? It's like a popular Portuguese dish. And there's a tradition that you eat gnocchi on the 29th of each month. So I'm 2 days early, right? Good morning, Justin. I'm 2 days early. But so in those countries, you would eat gnocchi on the 29th of each month, and you would put money underneath your plate, and that would bring you prosperity. So there you go. But here's the funniest one. In Argentina and Uruguay, the word gnocchi, N-O-Q-U-I, but said the same, gnocchi, is slang for a bogus employee who only shows up at the end of the month to receive their salary because, you know, there was corrupt accounting practices. And so a gnocchi is somebody who really doesn't work but shows up on payday. So there you go, gnocchi, and some fun history, right? Good morning. I know, we always have to have good history lessons. We can't just eat, we must learn things too. Okay, so we're using gnocchi. We're gonna use roasted garlic. We're gonna need a little cream. I am gonna go ahead and cut this up while I'm over here because we're gonna move shortly. We're also gonna need some basil. The majority of the recipes that I've seen actually calls for fresh parsley. And so if you have a flat leaf Italian parsley, you could certainly use that. I have got 2 basil plants in pots sitting outside on my patio. And so why not use the fresh basil? So I'm just gonna slice this up. So I have the little ribbons. Watch, I love watching this. Da 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 da. Ooh, I love basil. And your whole kitchen smells yummy when you make garlic or basil. Add the tomatoes. I'm making another tomato pie when we get done that I made the other day because the tomato pies were so good that like we had a pie and a half and there was like this much left. So share it on both my timeline. Thank you, Melinda. Okay, so here we go. Good, yes, I love learning new things. So we're gonna need the gnocchi. We're gonna need fresh basil, or you could use Italian parsley, flat leaf parsley. We're gonna need our gnocchi. We're gonna need a little cream. You can use milk, you can use half and half, or you can use heavy cream. And we're gonna need some lemon juice. If you wanna use fresh squeezed lemon juice, please feel free to do that. My hands were really hurting this morning. I don't know what it was, but I woke up, you know, old arthritis lady. So I decided the squirty lemon juice out of the plastic container was gonna have to do. And then we're gonna need Tiger prawns. Now I'm gonna get the bag out of the freezer. This is my favorite. Oh, these are Argentina red shrimp. Red shrimp from Argentina. Oh my gosh. And as a result, look at the size of them. I mean, I know maybe that doesn't look big to you, but from regular ones, these are quite large, okay? They are quite large. And to me, the Argentina red shrimp or tiger prawns to me, have more of a taste of lobster than it actually does shrimp. Now, I don't know about the rest of you. Anybody else want to chime in on what you think? But that's the way it tastes to me. It has more of a lobster than an actual shrimp taste. So for me, I'm like, woohoo! I feel like I'm eating lobster, but it's a lot cheaper, right? Now, I get these big bags. I get this big bag at Sam's, but I have seen those at the grocery store in the frozen food section. Now, depending on your budget, this may not be a meal. This may be a special occasion meal. Maybe you don't want to get the tiger prawns, Argentine, big things. Because maybe that's outside your price range. You could use regular shrimp in this dish, and it's still going to be lovely, and it might be more affordable. Because I want these. Are those prawns on steroids? They are. They are 40 to 45s. 40 to 45s? I don't know what that means. I don't see where it says. It just says extra large, so there we go. Okay, that being said, I know that normally, as a general rule, I make the whole dish for you. I'm gonna give you the right recipe, but I'm only gonna make a single serving or 2 servings, depending on how big a pig you are. For me, big old pig, right? So that being said, I'm only gonna cook a handful of gnocchi and 6 shrimp, okay? Maybe 3 shrimp. I mean, if you're doing lunch, 3 shrimp a person, or if this is your dinner, 6 shrimp for you, okay? But I'm gonna give you the amounts for a full recipe. So for a full recipe, you're gonna need 16 ounces or a whole pack of gnocchi, right? Dried, whatever. And then as many shrimp as you want, right? I mean, think about your family. This is 2 pounds. And quite frankly, I could cook the whole 2 pounds and it would be fine with my family. So really up to you. I would probably say a normal family would do a pound of gnocchi. Woo, gnocchis are flying. Wonder if I could juggle gnocchis. Nope, I can't juggle. No, gnocchis are flying. A pound of gnocchi and a pound of shrimp. That might be good for you guys, right? A good even Steven number. All right, so are you ready? Now we have to move. Moving is difficult here on this show because, you know, we have to go over to the other side. So I have to have some assistance. So Jessica is going to help move us to the other side. I'm taking her stuff, and I'll meet you over there. Can you still see me? Don't trip, Jess. Don't fall. We're okay. Okay, can you see me? Can you see me? Hold on, let me do this. There we go. And here we are at the stove. Can you see the stove? All right, I have a pot of water here that I've already brought to a boil, and I've already salted it well. If you're doing the whole pan, you're gonna wanna use a bigger stock pot, but because I'm just doing a handful for me for lunch, so I'm just gonna drop the gnocchi into the salted boiling water. How many gnocchi, you say? Ow. It's up to you, except I almost burned myself. I kind of did burn myself. Okay, so I put a handful of gnocchi in there. It's gonna come back up to a boil. Really, you want to cook the gnocchi according to your package instructions, because that, of course, I told you I found it's dried and it's in the pasta aisle. But if you get it in the refrigerated section or the frozen food section, the cooking instructions may be different. So cook your gnocchi according to package instructions. Ready? Let's start on some other good stuff. We're gonna take our skillet. Okay, one of these I have to use something to start it. Nope, that one came on great. I'm gonna use a skillet. Now, you may need a little larger skillet, or you may have to do in batches, depending on how many shrimp you're cooking for your family. The shrimp that I showed you are raw. They are not cooked. If you wanna take an easier method off of this, you certainly could buy pre-cooked shrimp. You won't get as much flavor from the infused into your shrimp, but it'll work. It'll work in a pinch. Now, about 2 tablespoons of butter you want to melt in your skillet, okay? Yum. All right, and then once our butter melts, let's get this. Come on, come back up to a boil, little baby. Oh, I had it on low. Okay, there we go. Once your gnocchi are done, a lot of people have a tendency to, if you have a colander, you put your colander in the sink and then you dump it out, just like you do your pasta, right? I would suggest that you don't do that with the gnocchi, because if you have to wait at all, the gnocchi sitting in that colander, they tend to get kind of gummy and stick together. And so it's another reason why I'm not making the full meal for the whole family right now, because one, I know you can reheat shrimp, but I don't like that. And two, I want everything fresh when everybody eats it. So I don't want to make it 11 o'clock in the morning and then serve it at 7. That would be gross. Okay, our butter is melted. You hear it? Yum. All right, I'm just gonna take my raw shrimp and put them in here. Cooking shrimp sometimes sounds a little, I don't want to do it wrong because I don't want to hurt anybody. But cooking shrimp is easy, because when you're cooking your shrimp, it's really like 2 or 3 minutes aside, and you're looking for pink. That's it. We're looking for pink. Good morning, Shelly. Good to see you. All right, so you're gonna let them cook for about 2-3 minutes on each side. You're gonna notice, so we saw a regular shrimp. Some of them have kind of a gray tinge to them. Those were not your greatest shrimp, but anyway, most of them look white, a white kind of creamy look. So that's really how you know. As they're cooking, they're gonna shrink up just a little bit, but the color's gonna change. It's like magic. Magic shrimp. Add a cup of cold water before draining and they'll keep them firm. Yes, it will. Here's the deal. I don't want them in the cold water for this particular recipe. That's why I'm cooking it all at the same time, because you know the shrimp take no time at all. And so the gnocchi should be done right about the time everything else is done. And so I'll just take it out of there and put it straight into my pan, okay? All right, I have a little pair of tongs. Look at that, purple, of course, purple tongs. I'm gonna check, maybe just a second more. We're getting to the right color. You don't wanna overcook shrimp, and that's why a lot of people don't cook shrimp, because they hear people saying, don't overcook it, because then it's rubbery, but cook it long enough or it'll be raw. So again, this isn't really science. Well, thank you. I'm glad, Melinda, it makes you happy. It really isn't rocket science. if you just count down, quite frankly, instead of going, is it pink or is it peach? Is it coral? Is it light pink? Is it dark pink? Instead of doing one of those, you can just time it. You can just go 2 minutes, poof, I'm turning them. And then you'll be fine. Remember, I'm gonna stick it back in here in the sauce in just a second. All right, I'm flipping my shrimp. Oh, yummy. Now, my friend Terry that's on right now, one of her favorite dishes, I believe is what she said, was tiger prawns in brown butter. Yum. So maybe we need to beg Terry to share her tiger prawns in brown butter. Here's the thing that irritates me. Have you ever seen a recipe, because there's a lot out there, that say, or a package that say tiger prawn shrimp? Isn't that redundant? Prawn is a shrimp. Tiger prawn shrimp. It's just redundant. Our language is so wacko. It's kind of like this is always my favorite, right? We park in a driveway and we drive on a parkway. Or my other favorite, that was a Gallagher thing. My other favorite was, if pro is the opposite of con, then progress must be the opposite of Congress. That's funny. Come on, you know it was funny. Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Yummy. Our shrimp have a nice little color on it. I'm going to wipe that off, and then we'll just use it again. All right, I'm going to take my shrimp, look, my gnocchis are floating. They're floating. They were sinking to the bottom when they started, when I put them in the boiling water. But then they found their floaties, and now they're floating on the top. They're having so much fun swimming in there. Yay! That means they're done. They're floaty. Good morning. We're both word Nazis. I know, Terry. All right, so I'm taking my shrimp out. Oh my goodness. You're just going to go, I mean it. You're going to look at these and say, can I come to your house? Oh my goodness. Okay, shrimpy. Now, they did curl up, which shrimp do, so they're going to look smaller than they were. But there you go. Here, I'm going to look so you can see the color. Look at that. Is that not wonderful? I could just eat them just like this. But no, we're going to add our garlic, what was left of our garlic. So 3 or 4 cloves. We're going to put our garlic in here. If your shrimp has used up all your butter and you need just a little bit more butter, add another teaspoon. Not another tablespoon. Well, you could if you wanted to. I'm going to add just a little bit more. Now remember, this was our roasted garlic, so our garlic's really already cooked. I'm just going to give this a stir because we ended up with some brown bits on the bottom. That's got good shrimpy flavor in it. Shrimpy flavor. Small shrimp. Redundant? I think so. Okay, so we have our garlic in there. We don't need that very long because, really, hello. I'm going to go ahead and add my basil. I know most people always put it in at the last. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. I want the basil flavor through everything. Now, normally when you're cooking this for your family, you're going to use an entire cup of either, you can make your choice, milk, half and half, or heavy cream. Your choice on how rich you want this, okay? I'm just going to use a couple of tablespoons right now because this is a smaller dish just for me. Just for me. And now, because it's garlic lemon, we're going to need lemon juice. Again, I'm sorry I'm not using the fresh lemon. Achy hands. So we're just using this. And again, for the regular recipe, you're going to use 3 tablespoons. I'm just going to use a tablespoon and a half, okay? I know. I like mine really lemony. Okay, now we're going to give this a stir. I know you're worried that I just put dairy on the heat and I added an acid. And so you're worried that the sauce is going to separate. And, just keep stirring and we won't get there. Okay, now, I'm going to, Spider, where are you? Oh, I don't see my spider, so I will just use a slotted spoon. Let me see if I have a slotted spoon. Okay, slotted spoon. Take your slotted spoon. Salivating. Party in your mouth. I know. Slotted spoon. We're going to take our gnocchi that are floating to the top. They have their floaties on. See how much bigger they are? Yum! We're going to put those in our sauce. Put those in our sauce. Yum! Hello. Hello, gnocchi. Mmm. Yum. You didn't put that one in there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm giving it a toss. Oh, because I want all the ridges in the gnocchi. Remember I showed you they have little ridges? I want all the ridges in there to soak it up, right? The sauce is thickening just a little bit, but what I want to do is get just a little bit of our gnocchi water because I want a little bit more sauce. And remember, these gnocchis are made out of potatoes, remember? So potatoes have starch, just like pasta has starch. And this has got some flour in it too. So that being released, if we let our sauce on medium-high, that means our sauce is gonna thicken up a little bit because we're using the starch. Oh, so good. Okay, our little yummies, we're gonna take our yummy shrimp and we're gonna put that back in the bowl. Yum! Okay, stir. Oh. You want to be here. I'm telling you, you want to be here. Okay, I need my dish. Be right back. Here we go. Is this the cutest dish ever? Look, it's a little fishy plate. Fishy plate, and I know we're not eating fish, we're eating a crustacean, but fishy plate, so there you go. La la. Okay, this is gonna be just for me. I could share, but I shan't. I shall not. Oh, so good. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna pour it in here. I could do this whole thing where I plate it so it's perfect, right? I'm not doing that. But I do wanna get everything out of here because some of our basil is in there. Oh, the garlic. We've got the cream and the lemon. Oh, can you see? Can you see the yumminess? Oh my Lord. Now the sauce is not overly thick. If you want it a little thicker, if you let it set just for a bit, it will thicken up. Or you can cook it just a little bit longer. Look at that. So lovely. So now, you know what that means. Of course, it's piping hot. It's piping hot. I do want to be there. There you go. I know. Do you have a table big enough for all of us? Yeah, come on over. We'll be fine. You know what? Let's move back. Let's move back to where we were before we taste this, okay? Hold on, and I'm gonna move you. You ready? We're moving. This always scares the bejeebers out of me, right? That I'm gonna drop everything, and then life will be bad, and then, although I don't know what would happen if I dropped you, we just probably wouldn't have service. Ta-da, I'm back. Oops, there we go. Okay, wait, where did one more thing. There it is. Sorry, couldn't find something. Oh. Ta-da, let's look at this first, shall we? I have way too much stuff on my countertop. Way too much stuff. Let's look at this one. This is what we had our, oh my. Look at this. Look, oh, so hot. I can't, hold on. Let me get a little bitty knife. I'm gonna cut one of these. Yeah. Burning my fingers. They need to have baby pot holders so that I can, oh. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. I need, there we go. Okay. Okay, the bottom is brown, and I'm gonna open it up so you can see inside. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna stab it. Look at the inside. Ooey gooey with garlic, butter, and smoked Gouda. Oh my gosh. It's too hot. I can't eat it, so I'm very apologetic. And we're gonna move this over here. Now we're gonna taste. We're tasting our yummy gnocchi, garlic lemon gnocchi, and tiger prawns. You ready? Okay, I'm not gonna put the whole shrimpy in my mouth because one, it's hot, and two, you'll laugh at me, right? Will you laugh at me? Okay, there we go. Cassie, come here. We're gonna let Cassie taste it. Cassie's like the queen of shrimp.
Oh, so you're gonna give me the whole shrimp, but you won't?
No. I'm gonna cut it. Okay, get on so that they can see your expression. Everybody say hi, Cassie. Okay, Cassie's gonna taste.
That's really good.
There you go. See, it's not just me. Cassie has told us that it is really good. There you go. Turn to the right just a little, please. I know. It's a party in your mouth. Our other bread is still in the... Let me see if it's done. It's not melted all the way, but you can look at where we are right now because I had to do... Jessica's going to show you. See, it's not all the way melted. Almost, but not quite. So we need it in there just for a little bit longer. Sorry, I ran late. I knew I would when I was making 2 breads and the gnocchi and the shrimp. But I hope you had a good time today. Oh, everybody says hi, Cassie.
Hi.
There you go. You guys have a great day. I am so grateful when you join me every day. It helps take away all my little depressing thoughts about my hubby's not home. So I thank you, and I hope I did bring a smile to your face. I hope you chuckle as we watch through this, even if you're not eating the food. That being said, oh my, really limited ingredients. All you needed was a package of gnocchi, a package of shrimp, some garlic, although use roasted garlic, some butter, lemon juice, and either milk half and half and cream. Really? And fresh basil. It is Cassie approved. There you go. There you go. You guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget that tomorrow is Sunday. It's my day of rest. So no Cindy's Kitchen, but we will be back bright and shiny on Monday morning at 11 o'clock. From my kitchen to your kitchen, have a glorious rest of your day. And I hope it's filled with garlic and butter, either on your bread or on your plate. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.